Hi Capricorn, my name is Allie, and I'd love to be your friendly mystic today. In this video, I'm doing a tarot reading for the month of August for the collective of Capricorn. I'm pretty close to the highway and some geese, so if you hear honking of any kind, you'll know why. So, welcome to my channel. This is new for me, and I'm new for you, so it'd be nice if we all got along. If you're new to watching tarot on YouTube, hi, I'm new to doing tarot on YouTube, so kind of in this from each other's perspective, or the other perspective rather. And if you're new to this, the easiest thing I can say right now, I'll probably have a video up later about how to interpret readings as a watcher. But for now, I think the easiest thing to say is the best thing I can tell you is to take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Don't mangle your life or the reading to fit one another. If it's not really jiving, it's not meant for you, and that's okay. There's tons of other readers on YouTube. Your squirrels fighting. There's tons of other readers on YouTube. Water Baby Tarot comes to mind. Queen Cup Tarot. Sometimes I watch Rambling Mike if I'm feeling like I just want the good stuff. He's so sweet. Anyway, this is for the month of August. I plan on doing these monthly. I wouldn't get too caught up on the month it comes out. I like to think that most tarot readings are essentially timeless, and if you're guided to watch a reading at any particular point in time, you receive it when you're meant to receive it, if it's clicking, of course. I've been sitting outside doing earth sign readings, and you were the last of the earth signs that I've read today, and I've gotten chewed up by bugs. I have a citronella bracelet. It's only doing so much, but I don't really like the bug sprays and stuff because, I don't want to poison anything. I feel like I'd be poisoning myself. But I'm going to have some water, and then I'm going to pick a tarot deck, and we're going to get started, Cappy. I feel like a lot of Capricorns hate being called Cappy. I don't know why that came to mind, but I feel like that's true. I usually don't say Cappy. I prefer to say Capricorn. Alright. I already knew. So I like to pull some tarot, and then by the end I will pull some oracle cards as advice. But I generally lay out the situation in tarot and see what the tarot has to say before I pull oracle. I don't remember who I used this for before, but immediately I see a Two of Fire in reverse on the back. There may be two inspirations, or even two people you're interested in, or two relationships that might be in competition with one another. On the back of these, this is the Guy in Tarot. On the back of this deck, I lost it, but here it is. Again, you can see it's two people, and they're in harmony. Oh yeah, these squirrels. They're so chubby. They're chasing each other. Yeah, competition. Probably for resources, in some regard. Attention? I don't know. Two things competing for your attention, maybe that's it, but in the two of Fire on this deck, they're in harmony and working together. And a lot of the time I'll get like a fiery, passionate relationship, but in reverse I'm getting the sense that there's two things that are competing for your attention. Could be two people, could be two projects, could be two inspiration, things that inspire you. And you're like, oh, I want to take, or two opportunities. There's a ton of ways this could go. Alright. Spirit guides, guardian angels, benevolent ancestors, please help me to connect with the collective of Capricorn and communicate the messages that are in their highest good for the month of August for those that need it. Spirit guides, benevolent ancestors, guardian angels, please help me to communicate the messages that are in the highest good, or connect with the collective of Capricorn and communicate the messages in their highest good for the month of August for those that need it. Benevolent ancestors, guardian angels, spirit guides, please help me to connect with the collective of Capricorn and communicate the messages in their highest good for the month of August for those that need it. Spirit guides, guardian angels, benevolent ancestors, please help me to communicate, to connect with the collective of Capricorn and communicate the messages in their highest good for the month of August for those that need it. I love this deck. It's huge though. It's my biggest deck. Easy. It's close. There. Four of Earth. That is so funny. I just saw these two squirrels run in front of me. I don't know if you heard them. And then immediately this card. And a 555 on my camera. Interesting. I feel like foundations are being shaken up. And again, I think this is also about resources and balance. So you only have so much time, so much energy to spend on either thing. If we're going with the Two of Fire again. Trying to keep all your ducks in a row. I think it's, I keep seeing this. This is where I get balance from this little stack of rocks. So it's like not being overwhelmed and not putting too much on your plate. The Four of Earth relates to the Four of Pentacles in the traditional tarot. This deck, excuse me, I had pizza earlier. I don't really have pizza. I've been really bad with my diet today, but my food choices today anyway. In the Gaian Tarot, they use the elements, so Earth, Fire, Air, Water. So the Four of Earth relates to the Four of Pentacles. And the squirrel energy is really about like preparation. It's the boy. I like to say it's the Boy Scout of the like animal spirit energy. It knows how to put away energy for later to expend at an appropriate time. You know, the way you see squirrels burying seeds for finding later. There could be a and it's like this sort of like and it's in fall, so the preparation for Virgo season is kind of in play here as well. So I think, especially in this Leo season, there's probably coming back from Cancer season, there's this thing, you're trying to decide what to seed, essentially, I think in some regards, and what to invest time in, or like what to squirrel away energy for. I think right now, squirrel away the energy, and then, well, we'll see. I'm going to keep reading. I'm going to pick some more cards first. I can continue to channel off a card, but we'll see. The Sun. I think Spirit is asking you to pick the thing that brightens your life up, or like the thing that brings you the most joy. It helps you see with clarity, but this is definitely Leo energy. Bring my leg up to my lap so I can itch it. I love this card though. Unabashedly in the spotlight. I don't know. I mean, like that can be a Capricorn vibe. It's more of a, Leo kind of energy to be in the spotlight, but Capricorn knows how to show up in the world as like the thing that they are. Like Capricorn energy, not necessarily Capricorn people, because often I find that, especially our sun signs, that's what we're here to learn and show up as, or to like work with the plot of our life. My sun is in the 3rd house, and so it's very, very much not like the center of my life in the way that people seem to think their sun signs are. So I remember never identifying with Gemini growing up when people talk about traits of Gemini. I was like, no, it's not me at all. But let's keep pulling cards. But the sun has a way of making things distinct and bright and like separate from one another, as opposed to like when things are in the dark, everything kind of blends together and kind of swims together in the same space. Kind kind of like you have a harder time distinguishing one object from another. So like the moon card can kind of indicate a type of confusion and an ability to distinguish one thing from the next. While the sun does the exact opposite. It helps you clearly, it almost makes things literal and plain to the eye. So shine the light. If you're having a difficulty choosing, or you're trying to balance these two things because you don't want to let go of either of them, I think using the sun's light will be important for basically making a decision if need be. Especially if you are scarce on resources to provide to either of them. Now, there are two things that you just cannot put down. Being very strategic with those resources is going to be important. And I don't think Capricorn generally has a hard time being strategic with resources, generally. You Saturn-ruled people are like so practical sometimes. Even Aquarius is like that. They're very rule-oriented. I know an Aquarius, and like rules are like the thing she thrives on, and I'm just like, I'm making the rules. I think that's what Aquarius likes to do the most. But I don't know, maybe you're dealing, I don't know where I guess just thinking of Saturn energy is kind of putting me there. But let's pick another card. There we go. Guardian of Fire. Yeah. Okay. So the Guardians in this deck are the Earth. No. Let me think. The Earth. Are the queens in the traditional like Rider-Waite tarot. So yeah, if there's like an inspiration, there's like a lot of with the Two of Wands kind of like coming into this. There's a lot of energy of fiery sort of. It's kind of like a Queen of Fire, a Queen of Wands energy. Give me a second. I'm getting fire scrying from this for some reason, which is very unusual. Like seeing into embers to read messages from, but it's maybe another person. It seems like a good protective energy. I feel like if you need to be protective of your life force. Yeah, okay, that's kind of where I was getting from. It's like something kind of like not clicking quite right, but being protective of the life force. Yeah, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 on the camera when I did that, protective of the life force. So it's not even just like your physical, material resources that are necessarily at stake here, but you also have to be very mindful of how you're spending that energy and what you spend it, like, yeah, what you're spending your energy on, essentially. And if it's not making you feel like this, and you can avoid it, avoid it. I think Capricorn often gets kind of stuck in the mindset of like responsibility and duty. That's very Saturnine. So if it's drudgery and it doesn't serve you, and yeah, it's really learning. Oh shit! Dang it! I cursed. I'm trying not to curse in these, but I am. But if it's, yeah, you're gonna have to make the distinction for yourself, and I think using sun energy is gonna be necessary for that. All right. There we go. Do I have it? Oh, no, flies. Fine. Fly on my leg? No problem. Mosquito on my leg? We have a problem. Alright. Any other messages for Capricorn? Where's my hair? Oh, mosquito. Any other messages for Capricorn? As soon as I'm done with Earth signs, I'm going inside to finish my readings. It is too much in here. Any other messages for Capricorn? Okay. The tree. Okay. I think especially in this energy, this Four of Earth, planning, sort of getting ready for harvest season or getting ready to go through the winter kind of energy. This isn't harvest season. This is like, well, it is harvest season. I mean, not getting ready for harvest season, but getting ready, harvesting to prepare to weather a winter. That is this card. This energy. Oh, my words. I just pulled the tree, which is the Hanged Man, in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot. I'm providing the Rider-Waite equivalents just to kind of give you an idea, even though they're slightly different in this deck. But yeah, I would say take a moment to take a pause and reflect and get a new perspective on what it is that you are squirreling away energy for. And don't get too squirrely about it. Don't run yourself ragged. Squirrel is also about like preparedness and not preparedness for being prepared and letting it go, as opposed to preparing as a way to soothe worry, but like never getting to a point where the worry is relieved. You don't have to worry about something if you're taking the appropriate actions, because if you are taking the appropriate actions and doing what you need to do, then it's out of your hands at that point. And the Serenity prayer comes to mind, like, give me the wisdom to understand, like, give me the wisdom, give me the strength to change, give me the courage to change what I can, the grace to let go of what I can't, and the wisdom, I'm probably butchering this, and the wisdom to understand the difference. So I think that's this waiting, this pausing is going to give you that ability to understand the difference. I'll pull another card. Ace of Water. But I'll put it upright because it's just really beautiful art. But it's like the Ace of Water is the Ace of Cups, like this new emotional beginning. But I feel like there's something blocking that if we're in reverse. I'm gonna pull the companion guide, the companion book out. Sometimes I get cards and I have like my own, like, sometimes Spirit will basically tell me, like, look at the companion book, because the messages that that come with it, can be what Spirit is trying to get me to see. So sometimes it's like it's in the book. I don't have it like memorized because like there's time for that. Let's see. Did I get tree sap on this? Let's see. Ace of Water. You must trust your emotions and intuition are putting limits on your dreams. You have many good reasons why you just can't follow your heart's desire. Your challenge is to learn to trust your feelings and intuition. Yeah. Okay. So in regards to the two competing ideas or two competing inspirations, two competing people, vying for your attention, two things that you feel equally obligated to do, finding the balance, or trusting your own intuition and the way you feel about the situation to actually make that decision. I don't know if you can see them. See the geese? They're like walking in a line. Oh my god, it's like a little gang of geese. Hold on, we're gonna look at this. I don't know what this is. Okay, totally worth pausing the reading. Absolutely delightful. I love that. I'm gonna keep them in frame as long as possible. I think I got another bug bite. Oh my god. The earth is trying to eat me alive. Okay. So I wouldn't necessarily like put intuition on this card, but I'm glad. So that's why I needed to pull this up. But yeah, you need to trust your own intuition about the way you feel about these two options, so that, and this hanged man position, this pause. What is happening over there? I hear something. Okay, so geese walking on line, and it's adorable. I guess it's like when they fly in their formations in the sky. But anyway, I'm so distracted. Anyway, and until you will be in this sort of hangman position until you can kind of get a hold on what it is that you're feeling and the intuition you have around the situation in and of itself. So, I definitely got another bug bite. Great, cool, amazing. Next time, I am not doing this reading outdoors without like putting on my bug repellent first. Dang it. These mosquitoes. Terrible. Alright, I'm gonna pull a couple more cards. I want to get more clarification on the sun. Ooh, okay. And then also the Guardian of Fire. I think I was also kind of guided. Yeah, we'll pull some on the Guardian of Fire, and if I need to pull the messages from the book, I will. Alright. Can you please clarify the sun? Can you please clarify the sun? Yeah, I'm getting another one on my leg. So, pro tip, if you see a mosquito biting you, don't stop them, especially if they're already in there. Let them get their fill. I can feel it happening. Oh, this is so creepy. Most people can't, I feel like. You stop them and their proboscis gets stuck in your skin. It makes your bug bite like 100 times worse. It gets so much worse. And a female mosquito only needs a drop of blood in order to, carry out her business. I can see her getting full of blood. Oh my god. Say what you need, lady. Get out of here. Leave me alone. They only need a drop of blood. So they can get it from one bite, unless they feel like they need to leave. But I'm definitely gonna get a bug bite there, so that's cool. But it's much easier. The bug bite goes away a lot faster if you just let them have their fill and move along. Don't stop them mid-bite. It will make it so much worse. Also, you'll just kill it for no reason other than you wanted to. It's a hard reflex to get over. I try not even to slap flies. I shoo them. Unless they are a threat to my health, like on my food or something, in my house. But anyway, enough about bugs. Get more information about the sun. Explorer of Air Universe. I feel like we're not communicating, or we're not exploring our own there's not like a high-minded thinking around this. I think sometimes with Capricorn they get so locked into the grounded, the what's possible, like what's realistic, not even what's possible, like what's here. I'm partnered to a Capricorn, and they have, and their Mercury in Capricorn as well, like conjunct their sun. They are so grounded in their thinking and their communication, and I'm much more abstract, so sometimes we talk past each other because they're like, oh, that's not realistic, and I'm like, I'm talking about what's possible. I'm imagining a different future. But I think there's a sort of imaginatory, an imagination muscle is kind of what's coming to mind, learning to flex that. That's interesting. And I think part of that is kind of getting stuck in this feeling oh, but I need to. I feel like this sort of energy can really ground, and inhibit the ability to imagine something different, or to sort of think abstractly about your problems, or get even a distance from them. I find that the air suit is can be disconnected in a way that helps them make objective decisions and really like take a step back and like get a bird's eye view of their situation. And I think getting in the sun energy is going to help you do that and see things clearly. I think that, yeah, see things clearly. There you go. That makes the most sense. And then I'm gonna pull some for the Ace of Water. I was thinking about doing it for the Guardian Fire, but I think the Ace of Water makes more sense. Like, I want to know what is blocking your intuition here. Like, why are you... I want to see, I think it's duty. I think it's duty. A sense of duty. Duty. Let's see. What's blocking Capricorn's intuition? What's blocking Capricorn's intuition? Okay. Ten of Fire in reverse, which is the Ten of Wands in the traditional tarot, in the Rider-Waite. I feel like there's this focus on a devastation. It's probably not even happening. If there is like a very painful loss that's recently occurred, which this Ten of Fire indicates there was like a painful loss, and all you can really focus on is devastation. Okay, if that's the case, then we are trying, like, our intuition is blocked because we're so fearful of that happening again. We're so fearful. Yeah. Oh, especially with causing a fire. Causing a fire. I got the hiccups. Please stop. Yeah. I think we're really closely guarding it. You know, in a way that's we're almost snuffing it out. But a Guardian of Fire knows how to like, what's the word? Like feed a fire without letting it go out of control. And when you're in your fear, you really can't access intuition. I know that as a Gemini, and that Nine of Swords kind of like nightmarish, an ability to like just like completely overwhelmed with thoughts and worry. You just can't even see what it is that spirit, like the path that spirit's trying to like guide you down. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's pull some what's the word? I have a animal medicine deck, but I don't have the companion book, and I'm not familiar enough to just read off the cuff entirely. Because those have very specific meanings, some of which I would be able to get, but I want to be able to make sure I'm delivering messages properly, so stick with another animal spirit deck. There's a lot of overlap. But if you like this video, if you like this reading, if it's connecting, resonating, and I'm resonating with you, I'd love for you to subscribe, hit the little bell notification, like, comment, all that goodness and good stuff. Tarot reading to me is an exchange of energy, so I'm putting this energy out into the world, and if this is vibing with you and it's helpful to you on your journey, then I'd love to receive that energy back. And a comment or a like is a very simple way of doing that. So, what animal medicine would be helpful, most helpful for Capricorn in this situation? I think it's going to relate to the tree, the Hanged Man. Let's see. What animal medicine would be best for Capricorn in this situation? That's the card. I just had to scratch this book by, oh man. Cow spirit, the miracles are endless. In reverse, breaking down, a 15 breaking down to a 6. And let's see, let's do one more. One more, and then we'll read. I like to read from this book. It's quite sweet. I'm getting the sense that you kind of are like thinking. It's kind of like a lack mentality, a lack mindset. You just don't think that I get that sort of like inability to think of a different reality or to imagine a different reality and to really accept any miracles from happening for you. You're afraid that the universe won't, like, if you're following your intuition, the universe will provide. Not that it would be difficult. I don't think the universe ever promises that. Generally. Sometimes the universe will. But not for an entire lifetime. Absolutely not. I think everyone has difficulty. So, your intuition won't backfire on you. There we go. Parrot spirit, watch your words. That's interesting. Maybe the explorer of air in reverse is also about like making sure you're speaking your truth and you're not doing it with a like it's a very projective force. It's the fire of air. When I think of the night, I think of fire. And just almost maybe an attack. I'd be careful with the way you're speaking. Also, if you have the very grounded language that like you can't really speak of things that you can't imagine. So if you're very grounded in your thinking and the way you're groundedness is not a bad thing. Obviously not. I think we need groundedness. That's why we have signs like Capricorn in the zodiac. What I'm saying is that you're too grounded. You're like you can't get access to this sort of imaginal thinking or sort of a higher mind and an ability to see beyond what seems only realistic and imagining a different world. You won't be able to speak that way either. So you might also be speaking a reality or be speaking a reality into existence that doesn't necessarily have to be. That might be it. But let's read the book. Parents, mind your words. Are you aware of what you're saying to yourself and others? Parrot shows up as a reminder to heed the words that flow from your mouth, your pen, and your keyboard. Be mindful of the beliefs you have internalized. What do I say? Are they what you choose to believe? Are you communicating with integrity? Parrot spirit wants you to listen to what you say and your motives for saying it. Right speech is called for now, which means you are called to reflect on the beliefs that have been parroted by people so often that you simply accepted them unquestioningly. Journal about what you truly believe and wish to see in the world and in your life. Write words affirming what you value, speak them aloud, expressing gratitude for what is just coming into being. Your voice has power, and you can change the conversation in your heart and in the world around you. Parrots represent the law of praise, so you are called to speak the truth and speak with love. It's also a 14-5, breaking down to a 9. Let's see, and we have Cow Spirit 15. Cow Spirit asks you to pay attention to how you nourish your mind, body, and spirit because right now you are wobbling around like a newborn calf on its unsteady legs. Perhaps you've been spending too much time distracting yourself on the internet or obsessing over a relationship or choosing to eat food that is not healthy. Whatever it is, you are being nudged to assess how you are looking after your needs. Remember, the universe has a way of reflecting back to you events and conditions that match how you treat yourself. Cow Spirit reminds you that the universe wants to give you the very best, but needs you to do your part to participate and nourish her well-being. Heed her message. Everything will shift in your favor. Anyway, I hope all of that resonated for you, Capricorn. I really enjoyed doing your reading today, and I'll see you later. Bye.